right, we're back. Got my coupler and my vacuum fittings. See if we can make that work today. Probably work on that first. And then I will start working on brackets for the harnesses on the passenger side, because I know I'll have to paint those. So while paint is drying, I can bolt in the brackets on the driver's side, put some trans fluid in, maybe start working on the boost controller, and we'll be looking pretty good then. So I was worried about this pipe being too long with the new manifold, and it looks like it's going to be if I'm going to use this coupler. So I'm going to cut off maybe an inch or so, see where that gets me, and then go from there. First time with the new bandsaw. Let's try it out. It's not bad. So I did make a second cut after trying to fit it the first time, and I believe we're going to be good. I just need to go put a bead on it so that nothing blows off. I think it'll work out just great. Amazon tools doing work. I needed 2 hands, but that worked out great. Not worried about the paint. It'll be covered up by the coupler. Just gotta make sure there's no junk inside here now. Got vacuum lines done. Thought I had the correct clamp for this coupler for the throttle body. I do not. I have one for the intercooler side, but not for the throttle body side. That'll be here tomorrow, so I'll finish that up then. I am tired of using little tiny sheet metal screws for the tunnel that love to pop out. So I'm about to go rib nut crazy under here. So I did 8 rib nuts last night, and then I realized I didn't have the right bolts to go with them. So I had to go get some hardware, and I'm gonna finish cleaning up all this junk, and I will put everything together in here. Well, interior's back together, and I had to make a mess of it all over again because the boost controller hole is 8 millimeters bigger than the old boost gauge hole. So that was fun. This thing has been driving me crazy since I got the car. It'll never have wipers again. I'm just gonna cut this inside it and get rid of it. That is much better. Got a new grommet, seal it up. Put some heat shrink tubing on this guy, and now it can actually do something for me. I'll run my boost control wires here. It's in. Other than programming it, cleaning up, and I'm going to connect the tack signal as well. I got that controller down there. Got that done. Just got to clean up. Boost controller's done. Program it tomorrow. Bleed the clutch, bleed the brake, change oil, and start the car. So working on the brake and clutch line. My new lines were just leaking everywhere. I got them to stop leaking up top. Still leaking a little from the bottom. Don't really have anybody to help me bleed and check for leaks while I'm working on it. So I'm gonna work on something else. I'm gonna try and recover both door panels myself. It'll cost me about 30 bucks versus $250 for some new ones. And if I completely fail, I'll go spend $250 for some new ones. So I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit in the sun, and then I will flip it over, cut off the excess, cut holes, and hope. Look how thin this stuff was. It just kept getting worse the longer I used the car. I think I can deal with that for this junk car. That looks pretty good. That's pretty good. No more floppy door panel. Both door panels are done and looking good. So much better. Interior is looking whole again and so much better. Still need to detail it, wipe everything down, vacuum, but new seats, carpet back in, new dash cover, harnesses, the new foam, new boost controller. The door panels make the biggest difference of all. Looks good. So I just changed the oil. I just turned the motor over a bunch of times to make sure the timing belt didn't walk, and everything seemed okay as far as that goes. Put some more coolant in it. Made sure there's no massive oil leaks. Then I ran the fuel pump for a little bit, made sure it got up to pressure, didn't see any leaks there. Still need to mess with the clutch and the brake line, but I kind of want to start it up and see what happens. So I got the brake line done, got it bled, it's good. Clutch was giving me hell. Remade the line, fought with it to bleed it. Seemed good, and then that happened. it freaking snapped. Jesus Christ. Beautiful. So, kind of taking a break right now, but I got the interior cleaned up pretty good. Got the boost controller wired up to the tach so it gets RPM signal, so I can do some extra stuff with that. Engine's all done. Just waiting on a new clutch pedal assembly. My fix did not hold, which I was kind of worried it wouldn't, since it's old British cast metal I was trying to weld to. I didn't get it hot enough. But there's some cheap ones on eBay, and as soon as those get here, everything else is done. It'll be ready to drive. So I got another clutch pedal assembly. I was going to take this one to a buddy's house, and we're going to reinforce it. He has a better welder and is a much better welder than I am, but it looks like this one's been reinforced already. I have another one on the way too. It should be here tomorrow. But I'm going to go ahead and throw this one in and see how it does. Maybe I'll get lucky. Well, I realized I say well a lot, and this thing looks like it's done. It is not. Yesterday was a bad day. Everything on the car is done except for bleeding the clutch. And as you saw, I had the clutch pedal assembly break on me. Got a new one in yesterday. Had a chance to come home for a little bit before I had to go get my daughter. Threw it in and started messing around, adjusting everything, seeing if I could get things to work. Didn't want to work. No big deal. I was going to come back last night and finish making sure it was bled, get it all adjusted, get the clutch going. And then, as I'm putting things away, I walk around the car, and I noticed something on the ground. Sitting over here by this toolbox, I see this guy. I recognize that guy, unfortunately. It is one of the throw-out bearing retainer clips, which means the motor and trans have to come out again, which means I get to fight with the intercooler piping again, which I kind of want to redo now that things are a little different. I made it work with the couplers I got, but it's not the best. Get to fight with the drive shaft again, get to drain the brand new fluids out, and do all those wonderful things. I got home tonight and I said, I'm not going to mess with it. Had some dinner, chilled out for a little bit. Kind of feel like messing with it now. Don't know if I will. There's a car show I was really wanting to get to tomorrow afternoon, which if I decide to really get to work, I could have this motor out and back in tonight and then screw with finishing things back up in the morning and maybe make it if the clutch works. But I don't know. I'm going to go make this a video, get it uploaded, and see how I feel. I only got a few hours of sleep last night, and I don't know if I have it in me today. We'll see.